Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist, life and health coach, and I'm here tonight to talk about something that you may have heard of it, but you probably haven't heard about this part of it. And the reason I say that is because this was something new to me. Hey, Cecilia, thank you for joining me. You faithfully jump on here, and I'm a little bit late because I was in Bible study, but and we were talking about some heavy duty stuff too. But anyway, I'm here today to talk about leptin resistance. Now, leptin is a hormone, and we like it because leptin tells our brain that we're full, that it's time to quit eating. And then there's another hormone. So there's several hormones that tell your brain that you're hungry or that you're full. And leptin and ghrelin are those two. So ghrelin, I like to say, is the hormone that your stomach, when your stomach growls, it's the ghrelin hormone that's talking. But when you feel full, it's the leptin hormone that is talking. And the hypothalamus that's inside your brain, so I got a little picture of your brain here. The hypothalamus is a little organ inside your brain, and it actually reads these hormones. And so really it kind of tells your body if there's a little or a lot of that. So in this video, I'm going to explain what leptin resistance is. This isn't insulin resistance. It's leptin resistance, and why you want to reverse that if you have it, and how to recognize if you have it. Okay, so there are so here's kind of how it looks. If you can see this, I'm not sure. So when you're full, so say you've just eaten and there's a lot of energy in your body, all right? When you're full, your leptin hormone is going to be elevated along with your insulin. Anytime you eat food, your insulin's going to spike unless you're a type 1 diabetic, and then most type 1s take insulin to help break up the sugar or use the sugar that's in the food or the glucose. All right, ghrelin is actually going to be at a lower point. So your hypothalamus reads whether it's, high leptin or low leptin. Now, when you're hungry, your leptin level is going to be lower and your insulin level is going to be lower, but your ghrelin, your hungry hormone, the growler, is actually going to be higher, okay? So it's pretty simple, but the energy that's available after you eat, it's gonna fluctuate, and so your leptin is gonna shoot up to your hypothalamus and to tell it that you're full. So if you get that full feeling, then you wouldn't eat. Let me see who's on here. Hey, Danielle, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Okay, all right. So one of the things that causes leptin resistance is a lot of stored body fat, okay? And so your brain, what happens is because of this stored body fat, your brain doesn't get the memo that that you've had enough food, So if you're constantly hungry, maybe you've been on the keto diet and you've lost weight, but you remember there was a time that it was like you couldn't eat enough. You ate a big meal, and an hour later you got to have a bowl of ice cream, and you think, well, you should feel full. Well, if you're leptin resistant, then your brain doesn't get the signal, and so you just keep eating. Does that make sense? Yep, it does. Hey, hello. Okay, so number one, your brain keeps the hungry switch in the locked on position if you're leptin resistant. So the leptin hormone is not effective, all right? And number two, what happens is this reduces your body's metabolism, and that's your burning of calories, okay? So you don't burn many calories, and you have low energy. All right, so this should explain to some of you that have body fat why you're hungry all the time. is because you have this leptin resistance. So I'm going to explain to you in a few minutes how you can reverse it. It's kind of like insulin resistance. It can be reversed. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I had I've got some notes over here. I want to make sure I got all of that covered. Okay, so the two things that cause this leptin resistance are belly fat or visceral fat around in the belly area, and having this for a long term causes your brain to be desensitized to the leptin hormone. Okay, now, so what can you do? What can you do? So there are things you can do, and pretty much what you can do is what I teach in my program. So I'm going to give you some real specific, hey Dorothy, thank you for joining me. Yeah, so I'm going to give you some real specific things, all right? So number one is you can increase your activity level, all right? Even just it's so hot outside, you maybe you can't walk outside, maybe you're pretty overweight, but you can just start marching in place every day. So every hour, get up and march for 2 minutes, or just walk around your house. Or one of the things in my program, I offer a 20-minute workout, and it's an easy workout. It's something you can do, but it actually gets your body moving. So that's one of the things you can do for this, is increase your activity level. All right, number two is you can increase your sleep. And you think, well, that would be really good. But most people, what I find, is they just don't go to bed. I know for me, like last night, I stayed up till 10:15, and my goal is to be getting in the bed at 9:45 so I can be asleep at 10. So it's just what I choose, okay? Another thing is having all of the blue light in your face. That's going to interfere with your sleep. So an hour or two before it's time to actually close your eyes, to turn the blue light off. And another thing that will help that is meditation. I teach that in my program. I teach you how to meditate and use that meditation to be mindful, to slow your brain down. Danielle knows about that, how helpful that is. It's not really clear in your mind, but it's actually bringing your thoughts captive. Yeah. Okay, if this is resonating with you, if you're feeling this, yeah, I get what she's talking about, then hit the love button. I would appreciate that very much. Okay, all right, so decreasing stress is another way to reverse the leptin resistance. And you think, well, that's real good. How do you do that? Well, a lot of the stress we bring on ourselves is because we plan too much, we commit to too much, we're not organized, we don't have things in a certain place. There are a lot of things we can do to make life easy. I know as I've gotten older, I've gotten really particular about where I put things, where I put my keys, where I put my checkbook, where I put receipts, so that I don't get stressed out looking for things, okay? I've got a certain pocket now on my pocketbook where I try to put my keys there, because getting ready to go somewhere and you can't find your keys, that's stressful. That's stressful, okay? Having a limited wardrobe so that I don't have things to choose from. Having simple meals, not feeling like I have to have 4 things at a meal. A meat and a vegetable, it's enough. It's enough, okay? And number 4, which is really your best option, the very best option to decrease your leptin resistance, is to eat good quality food. And so people that are eating a lot of high complex carbohydrates, cereals, bread, chips, candy bars, candy, cookies, all of those kinds of things are very high in carbs, and they will cause you to be at leptin resistance. So you can reverse that by just eating good whole foods. So like tonight at our Bible study, I fixed some cracked chicken, and we had a salad, and it was delicious, and some guacamole, and it was delicious. And we don't feel bloated. We feel like we were nourished, but it was good, healthy food. Okay, so in addition to good foods, you can let's see. Decreasing inflammatory foods. So those are like your vegetable oil, canola oil, all those oils. You'd be better off with your lard. Yep, you heard me right. Lard is a healthy fat. Your good whole butter, grass-fed butter, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil. If I fry anything, I use avocado oil, okay? It'll fry at high temperatures rather than those other oils, which are very, very toxic, okay? If you've heard this before about the oils, then hit the love button, because there are a lot of people that still think that vegetable oil and canola oil are healthy, and they are very toxic to your body. And guess what? We're eating chicken fingers and french fries that are fried in that oil. Just not healthy for you. Just not healthy for you or your children, okay? Soybean oil, soy oil, soy sauce. Those are all things that are very toxic to your body. Okay, so now I've done a drawing. Let me make sure. I did the drawing earlier today. So I promised that tonight I would do a drawing for half price on this challenge that I'm starting. Actually, it's starting right now. Friday night at midnight is the last day that you'll be able to get in this challenge. And Tanya Hooks won the half price challenge. So I'll be able to contact Tanya and tell her that. And then Barbara Andreen won the supplements. So I'll be mailing her some supplements. I put some supplements in the mail today to Donna. She won last night. Okay, so if I don't have your email, I'm going to be sending out an email. I sent out an email today talking about this leptin resistance, but I'm going to send out an email tomorrow with more information about the leptin resistance, okay? And then if you share this video with your friends, I'll see it, and I'll put your name in the drawing again. I've got about, 50 names in there now. I'll put their names back in for a drawing, and you may win half price on the challenge, or you may win the supplements. So that'll be tomorrow night. We'll do the drawing, and but let me hear from you. If you are thinking about, I'd really like to do that program, but I think I can do it on my own. Well, you may be able to, but I'm just going to tell you, there's a very good possibility in 90 days you'll be just where you are. And the reason I know that is because I know myself, when I was doing the program, I had a coach, and that is what helped me, and that's what I want to be for you as a coach. I see Charlotte's on here, Danielle's on here. Y'all just comment if a coach helps. Say a coach helps. Yeah. Having a daily coach and having the community. The community is what's really important. So there are 4 things that successful people do. Number 1, they have a burning desire. And if you're really tired of that weight, you're tired of those loose clothes, you're tired of that low energy, you're just tired, and you've tried everything, and you just don't, nothing has worked, or it's worked, but then it's not working long term, then let me hear from you, okay? Yes, a coach helps. Thank you, Danielle. Okay. Number 2, you got to have a plan, and I'm going to give you that. In 90 days, you're going to be an expert. I heard a girl in my Bible study tonight. She said, I know what to do, because she's done my program before. She said, I just need to do this, 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 and this. So you'll never wonder again, what are you supposed to be doing? I see, yes, Charlotte said, absolutely, having a coach helps. Yes. That's what the Hollywood stars have. They have coaches. Yeah. All right. Number 3, you learn how to shut up the naysayers. That's what a successful person does. And that's getting the right story. So I even heard Danielle tonight on our Marco Polo group. She said, I've got to start telling myself the right story about what I need to do to get back in ketosis, because that's what we do. We get in ketosis, and that helps us to burn fat. And number 4 is you got to have community. And you'll love this community. You'll love the group of women that you travel with. And there are some men, but the women on the Marco Polo jumping on doing their videos and encouraging each other, it's really a great community. It's like, I don't think it's like anything you'll ever experience anywhere else. So let me hear from you. If you want to get on the phone and talk about it, like I said, I'm closing the cart on Friday night. This will be your last chance. I'll do one more drawing tomorrow for the half price. So let me hear from you. I'd love to sign you up. and get you in this challenge. So just imagine, in 90 days, you've lost 30 pounds. And you're moving toward the holidays. You've gone to the back of the closet and gotten some of those clothes out. And you've even said, you know what, I think I'm going to go buy something new because you've dropped a couple of sizes. How is that going to feel? It's going to feel good. I know it's going to feel good because I know what it feels like. And that's what I want for you. But more than that, you're going to have more energy. You're going to get back in life. You're just going to have a better outlook on life. You're going to have better sleep. You're going to be off your stomach medicine. If you're on insulin, there's a very good chance that you could come off of that insulin, or at least get take a lot less of that insulin. Maybe you can come off your high blood pressure medicine. There's just a lot to be gained, okay? So let me hear from you, and y'all have a great night.